So, good morning, everybody. It's Friday morning. Hope you're in for a fantastic Friday. Just want to say to you that in order for me to do justice to this theme of God being the shepherd and us being the sheep, I may need to do a Saturday morning devotion as well. So today will be Fridays, and then if you have time and you're able to, we can clinch it with tomorrow's as well. We don't normally do Saturday, but I'm going to do one because I really want you to grasp this thing. But today, Friday, we've been talking about metaphors and how we are able to see the beauty of change of angle of terminology in bringing out a beautiful truth. And we've been looking at the metaphor of God our shepherd and us being his sheep. And so far we've spoken about how we need to have our identity is not in who we are, but in whose we are. We find out that our shepherd has a purpose for us, that as we cooperate with him, that purpose will be fulfilled. We spoke yesterday about the assurance of the presence of our shepherd. As we look at Psalm 23, we see all of these beautiful aspects of the shepherd's promises toward us. And today I want to talk about not just his presence, as we did yesterday, but the promise of his provision. In verse 5, it says this of Psalm 23, "You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, and my cup overflows." It's a beautiful thing to say, relax in the knowledge of his provision. Of his provision. We fret, do we not? We worry so much. And as I look back over my life, I'm so grateful for generous people. I'm so grateful for a great church and a wonderful community of people that I'm privileged to be one of the pastors in our team on. I'm so grateful for people who, when their cup has overflowed to our church and to us and to many others. And so when we receive the provision of God, which God has promised us to give us, that it needs to overflow to other people. And our Genesis project and our church project is just pure evidence of other people's overflowing cup that God has given to others, and they recognize their responsibility as they have been blessed to be a blessing to others as well. But God's provision is a promise that God has made to you. And as you walk with him, as you love him, as you serve him, he will never see the righteous forsaken or their seed begging for bread. I didn't say that. The Bible says that. David made that beautiful observation. But there are two responses when we get God's provision for us. And the one response is just when our cup is overflowing, as it says here in the passage, "My cup overflows, you anoint my head with oil," is some people go out and they just get themselves a bigger cup and they hoard what God has given to them. I'm so grateful when I see gracious, kind people, generous people saying, "God has given, let me bless in abundance to the people around me." Some people, and we're the beneficiaries of so many great people like that. That's the first option. And the other option is the one that I'm saying is let other people enjoy your overflowing cup. Let other people fill their cup underneath your already overflowing one. Now, if you want a biblical example of that, there are just so many, but my favorite would have to be the story of David and Mephibosheth in 2 Samuel chapter 9. David is sitting upon his throne and he's contemplating how good God has been to him, man. And he says to his servant Ziba, "Ziba, have you noticed how God has blessed us? How the nation has been going well and how we're winning the battles and we're doing well. Ziba, is there anybody we can bless because God has blessed us? Is there anybody out there of the household of Saul that we can help today?" Ziba goes out and finds out about this little crippled guy living out in the desert. His name is Mephibosheth, and David says, "Bring him to me." And when he brings Mephibosheth into his presence, Mephibosheth thought he was going to die, because that's what they did in those days. You always killed your opposition. But David didn't do that. He said, "Ziba, do the best you can to stand to your feet, because I'm going to give you everything that belonged to your grandfather Saul, and you, Ziba, and you, Mephibosheth, are going to sit at my right hand and enjoy every meal with me from now on. Everything that he had is now yours." Mephibosheth couldn't believe it. Couldn't understand that this could possibly be true. It's kind of like us. I can't believe that people are as kind as they are. I can't believe that people are as generous. I'm sad when people hoard stuff. I'm sad when people don't let the blessing of God overflow to others, because out of that comes enormous, enormous blessing. And when we respond to God as being the one who carries us, like a shepherd does. I'm reminded of the silly little story of the elephant who carries the flea behind his ear. And they have to negotiate their way across a rickety bridge. And the elephant is walking and the flea's behind the ear and he's panicking. And the bridge is cracking up and the bridge is about to fall and the elephant looks like he's about to crash into the ravine below. But he doesn't. He gets to the other side. And the little flea behind his ear said, "Man, didn't we rock that bridge?" Always, people, be aware of who carries you, because they're the ones who deserve the credit. And to God above all else, He's the one who fills the overflowing cup. We're just the flea behind the elephant's ear. Let's be grateful. Let's be gracious as a result of that today. My cup overflows. He anoints my head with oil. He prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemy. Man, we got a great God. Isn't that cool? That's amazing. I hope that's your experience today. Have a wonderful day. Bye.